Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see the basic difference between a conventional or a traditional radio, a software defined radio, and a cognitive radio. So, the above picture shows the pictorial representation of a traditional radio, software radio, and a cognitive radio. We can see that in case of conventional or a traditional radio, most of the blocks are hardware with a very small portion in software. Whereas in case of software defined radio, we can see that most of the blocks are software with a very small portion, that is the RF front end alone in hardware. If we consider the cognitive radio, it is nothing but it is just the SDR along with some intelligence. Intelligence in the sense that a cognitive radio can learn from the environment, it can sense what are the free frequencies available, and it can optimize the system. So these are the basic differences between a traditional radio, software defined radio, and a cognitive radio. Apart from this, we can see that in case of traditional radio, it has a very basic design with a fixed number of users, and it is also not reconfigurable at all, and we cannot upgrade a conventional radio. So these are the basic distinguished features of a conventional radio. Whereas if we go for a software defined radio, we can see that a software defined radio is upgradable, and we can also configure it is highly configurable. Apart from that, it does not support a fixed number of users, it supports a variable number of users. So now, if we go for cognitive radio, it will have the same characteristics as that of software defined radio within the additional advantage of intelligence. So, apart from having, it can support any number of users, but it can also create new waveforms on its own. And apart from having a particular it apart from being software upgradable, it can have collaborative upgrades, that is upgrades of other services can also be incorporated into a cognitive radio. Apart from being configurable, highly configurable, as in case of software defined radio, a cognitive radio can adjust its operations to meet a particular quality of service. It can negotiate with new interfaces. All these are the advantages of having a cognitive radio. Thank you.